Face it, Bats. You'll be the most realistic dummy in the place.
If there's one thing the last 10 years have made super clear, it's that superhero movies pretty much run the show when it comes to what gets people into theaters. The hype for upcoming Marvel and DC movies is seriously off the charts right now, especially with how many new ones are lined up. There's a whole bunch of comic book flicks coming our way in 2025, 2026, and even beyond. So here's a little preview of all the superhero movies you've got to look forward to. Thunderbolts, May 2nd, 2025. Just 2 weeks before release, Marvel Studios dropped its final Thunderbolts trailer, and it's packed with new footage and major clues. We see the Avengers Tower's letter A in storage, Valentina Allegra de Fontaine actually looking scared, and Geraldine Viswanathan's mystery character wearing a bird necklace. But the real jaw-dropper? Yelena Belova walks straight into the void. What exactly is in the void? The trailer hints that it's tied to Sentry's darker alter ego, and it may force Yelena to confront the ghosts of her past, literally. She could relive childhood trauma, see younger versions of herself, and maybe even come face-to-face with an illusion of Natasha Romanoff. Yep, the final trailer has fans convinced that Scarlett Johansson might return, not as a multiverse variant, but as a memory-based illusion created by the Void. It wouldn't undo Natasha's sacrifice in Endgame, but it would give Yelena the closure she never got. Remember, Yelena never had a chance to properly say goodbye. Between the Sokovia Accords, the Snap, and Natasha's sacrifice for the Soul Stone, their reunion never happened. This setup could give us a powerful emotional moment, where Yelena confronts her grief and says goodbye to Natasha in her own way. It fits perfectly with her arc and sets her up to truly take on the Black Widow mantle, possibly even leading to her joining the Avengers in Avengers Doomsday. While RDJ and Chris Evans might return in multiversal roles, Scarlett Johansson has said Natasha's story is finished. So, a short emotional cameo in Thunderbolts would feel like the perfect goodbye, one that honors her legacy without rewriting her ending. Superman, July 11th, 2025. James Gunn just gave fans a closer look at his DCU debut film with a behind-the-scenes trailer for Superman, and it's packed with new footage and heartfelt commentary. Dropped on Superman Day, the featurette showcases Gunn, Peter Safran, and cast members diving into what the Man of Steel means to them, and what fans can expect when David Corenswit dons the cape this summer. From iconic locations like the Daily Planet and Fortress of Solitude, to villainous Lexosuit-style soldiers, the DCU's first chapter looks loaded with care, nostalgia, and new energy. The trailer also teases some practical magic, like Superman robots that are physically built instead of fully CGI. And it's not just Soup stealing the spotlight. New footage shows clearer shots of heroes like Hawkgirl and Metamorpho, confirming Anthony Carrigan's character is a blend of makeup and VFX. Plus, Wendell Pierce is commanding as Perry White. Between the emotional tone, fresh visual flair, and some epic world-building, Gunn's Superman seems to be setting the stage for a strong DCU relaunch. Also, the merch game is already kicking off with Funko Pops. With just a few months to go, anticipation's flying high. The Fantastic Four, July 25th, 2025. The latest Fantastic Four First Steps trailer brings sleek retro vibes and major cosmic dread. Set in a 1960s-style alternate universe, the MCU's newest family of heroes are treated like rock stars, endorsed, adored, and celebrated. But fame won't save them when Galactus arrives. The World Devourer's presence casts a long shadow over their perfect public image, and even Reed Richards is starting to crack. Despite being the smartest man alive, Pedro Pascal's Mr. Fantastic can't promise safety, and his panicked math scribbles don't exactly inspire hope. The trailer hints at a major turning point. The Fantastic Four will be facing a threat they may not survive. Internal conflict brews too. Reed seems ready to evacuate Earth, while Sue Storm, who's pregnant, wants them to stand and fight. The tension sets up a heartbreaking possibility. The team might fail. With their confirmed role in Avengers Doomsday, it's not hard to imagine them as multiversal refugees, broken and guilt-ridden after losing their world. Their fall could be the emotional gut punch the MCU needs. Whether they rise or fall, First Steps promises a high-stakes, character-driven drama that'll shake the MCU's cosmic corner to its core. The Toxic Avenger, August 29, 2025. Peter Dinklage is getting radioactive this summer in The Toxic Avenger, a wild reboot of the cult classic 1980s dark comedy, hitting theaters on August 29, 2025. The film will open wide as an unrated release, right in time for Labor Day weekend. Directed by Macon Blair, this new version stays true to the gonzo spirit of the original while bringing it into the modern day with a fresh satirical edge. Dinklage stars as Winston Goose, a beat-down janitor who gets transformed into a hideously heroic mutant after a freak accident. Armed with a mop and a whole lot of pent-up rage, Toxie takes on everything from monstrous thugs to corrupt CEOs, all while trying to be a good dad. With a killer cast including Kevin Bacon, Elijah Wood, Taylor Page, and Jacob Tremblay, the film has already impressed at Fantastic Fest with its mix of bloody action, absurd humor, and surprising heart. Scoring a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes, it's looking like a cult hit in the making. Cineverse acquired the rights after the Insidious film scheduled for that weekend was bumped to 2026, leaving the perfect opening for this mutant to mop up the box office. Avengers Doomsday, May 1, 2026. Set photos from Avengers Doomsday are spilling secrets, and things are looking multiversal. James Marsden's Cyclops has been spotted chatting with Benedict Wong's Sorcerer Supreme, hinting that Earth-616 Wong may be brokering peace between universes, possibly ours and the Fox-era X-Men universe from Deadpool and Wolverine. Given Wong's history hopping through No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, and She-Hulk, he's the perfect candidate to mediate the incursion we're all expecting in Doomsday. Meanwhile, Magneto's also shown confronting Cyclops, likely arguing that destroying the rival universe is the only way to save their own. Classic Magneto vibes. There's also imagery suggesting a major attack on the X-Mansion, possibly triggered by Monica Rambeau's presence after her multiverse leap at the end of the Marvels. And yes, let's talk about that supposed leaked image of Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom, maskless, bearded, and very regal. Real or fake, fans are freaking out over the idea of RDJ returning, this time not as Tony Stark, but as Marvel's most iconic villain. If true, this casting could be one of the MCU's boldest moves yet. With battle lines drawn between universes, alliances shifting, and reality on the brink, Doomsday is shaping up to be the crossover chaos we've been waiting for. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, June 26, 2026. Filming for Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow kicked off in January 2025 and will wrap up in May, but Jason Momoa is already done with his scenes. He's stepping into the role of Lobo, DC's cigar-chomping, space-riding bounty hunter, which he's described as his dream gig. Momoa posted videos riding around London on a Minecraft-themed bike gifted to him by his crew, hyping fans with, "That's a wrap on Lobo." While his role may be brief, it sounds like he had the time of his life. He's not the movie's main villain, but even in a limited appearance, he's expected to steal scenes. Millie Alcock stars as Supergirl alongside Eve Ridley, Matthias Schoenaerts, David Krumholtz, and Emily Beecham. Although Lobo's screen time may be short, his presence could lay the groundwork for future appearances in the new DCU. Momoa's clearly hoping to stick around, describing Lobo as a perfect match for his vibe: motorcycles, mayhem, and a love for chaos. If he gets his wish, we could see Lobo clash with Superman or return in a standalone project. Either way, fans can expect a high-energy cameo that might just be one of the most fun parts of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Spider-Man Brand New Day, July 31st, 2026. With Spider-Man 4 now officially titled Spider-Man Brand New Day, one theory about Sadie Sink's role is catching serious traction, and it's not Mary Jane. In fact, fans would rather not see her replace Zendaya's MJ, and instead hope she plays someone more obscure from the comics. Sink has major star power and was one of the first names attached to the film, so expectations for her character are high. Taking place after Avengers Doomsday, the movie will explore Peter Parker's lonely, anonymous life post No Way Home. With the multiverse in full swing, theories range from Gwen Stacy and Jean Grey to Mayday Parker and Black Cat. But the title hint has introduced another contender, Screwball. Introduced in the Brand New Day comic run, Screwball is a chaotic social media villain who turns viral antics into real-world problems for Spidey. At 22, Sync could bring the perfect Gen Z energy to the influencer-turned-menace, injecting humor, chaos, and maybe even some social commentary. While not a major threat, Screwball could serve as a great foil to an older, more world-weary Peter Parker. If Marvel plays their cards right, Sync's take on the character could be the next unexpected fan favorite in the MCU. Clayface, September 11th, 2026. Daniel Radcliffe has long been a fan favorite choice for the role of Clayface in the upcoming DCU movie, sparking widespread speculation. Known for his eccentric and diverse roles since finishing his Harry Potter stint, Radcliffe's filmography makes him an intriguing pick for Clayface, especially considering the movie's expected body horror tone. While James Gunn debunked the rumors in February 2025, clarifying that the casting process hadn't even started yet, the possibility remains alive. Gunn emphasized that fan suggestions sometimes influence casting choices, though this hadn't been pivotal so far. Despite not being a confirmed pick, Radcliffe's blend of star power, versatility, and horror movie experience aligns with the character, and his previous roles, from Swiss Army Man to Guns Akimbo, demonstrate his ability to tackle bizarre and complex characters. The idea of Radcliffe playing Clayface as the human who becomes the monstrous villain is tantalizing, especially since Alan Tudyk already voices the transformed Clayface in Creature Commandos. Should Radcliffe take the role, it could be a pivotal moment for the DCU, bringing a deeply emotional yet horrifying portrayal to the character. Avengers Secret Wars, May 7th, 2027. The MCU's Avengers Secret Wars is gearing up to be the biggest event in Marvel history, with speculation that it could mark a soft reboot of the entire franchise. This follows rumors that the Fantastic Four First Steps, set to release in July 2025, might plant the seeds for this transformation. The film will introduce a new version of Marvel's first family, with a pregnant Sue Storm and a potential introduction of Franklin Richards, who plays a crucial role in the multiverse in Marvel Comics. The presence of Franklin could tie directly into the multiverse chaos that sets the stage for Secret Wars. The soft reboot theory, bolstered by Kevin Feige's comments, suggests that the MCU might prune outdated storylines and characters, allowing for a fresh start. This would mirror Franklin's role in the comics, where he helped reshape the multiverse after Secret Wars. With Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars on the horizon, the MCU could be undergoing its most transformative phase, resetting the stage for new characters, storylines, and possibly even recasting iconic heroes. The Fantastic Four First Steps could be the gateway to a whole new Marvel era. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse, June 4th, 2027. It's finally happening. Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse is officially swinging into theaters in June 2027. After what felt like an eternity of delays, the final chapter of Miles Morales' animated trilogy is back in motion. Haley Steinfeld, the voice behind Gwen Stacy, recently confirmed that she's deep into recording for the film, which is a great sign that things are progressing smoothly. In an interview with MTV, she shared her confidence in the creative team, encouraging fans to trust the process, even if the wait has been long. Honestly, considering how groundbreaking the animation has been so far, a delay feels like a small price to pay if it means we're getting something visually stunning and emotionally satisfying. One of the big rumors? That the sequel may dip into live-action territory, something that would raise the stakes and expand the Spider-Verse even further. With the recording process underway and animation in full swing, fans can finally look forward to closing out Miles' epic arc in style. Though details are still tightly under wraps, this final chapter is shaping up to be a massive, multiverse-hopping adventure that promises to be worth every second of the wait. The Batman Part 2, October 1st, 2027. Robert Pattinson's Batman returns in The Batman Part 2, and Gotham's about to get even darker. While the first film gave us a chilling Riddler and a glimpse of the Joker, the sequel is already stirring up theories about who the next major villain will be. One fan favorite idea? James Gordon Jr. Yep, Commissioner Gordon's own son. In the comics, he's a deeply disturbed character who turns into a serial killer, And if the Batman wants to keep its intense, psychological vibe going, he'd be a perfect fit. Imagine Batman being forced to question his closest allies while a killer with ties to the GCPD spreads chaos across the city. The movie also opens the door for Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl, to enter the mix. Whether she suits up or starts as an ally like Catwoman did, she could bring a new layer to Bruce Wayne's fight for justice. Meanwhile, Barry Coogan's Joker still lingers in the shadows, and Colin Farrell's Penguin is off in his own HBO spin-off. The sequel has a lot of directions it could take, but it's clear that Gotham's corruption runs deeper than ever. Constantine 2, TBA. Keanu Reeves is back as the trenchcoat-wearing, cigarette-smoking exorcist in Constantine 2. It's been nearly 20 years since the original hit theaters, and over time, it's gained serious cult status. Fans have long begged for a sequel, and now it's finally happening. The supernatural detective and reluctant hero is set to return in what's likely to be another gritty, demonic showdown filled with dark magic and apocalyptic stakes. Reeves has always expressed his love for this role, and he's teaming up with the original director Francis Lawrence to bring it back to life. It's still early, but considering how unique the first film was in tone and atmosphere, this sequel could be a standout in the world of comic book movies. If you love a good battle between heaven, hell, and everything in between, Constantine 2 is definitely one to watch. And that's what we have to say. Best upcoming superhero movie. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.